What's up guys, Lucky from Bar Fitness. You're probably wondering why I'm holding this. Is because today's not going to be your ordinary video because of like timing, scheduling and stuff like that. We were meant to do like a workout and do something a bit different in-house, but instead we're actually going to replace one of the cables on one of our machines. They accidentally got caught and it sort of split, so I had the guys from Fitness Tech come down and pretty much drop off the beautiful replacement cable. So this morning, instead of spending time like working out and stuff like that, we're actually gonna go and replace this. I'll show you a bit about what it takes to maintain a studio, what it's all about. Obviously answer a few questions in between and go through there that we've been getting and receiving. So that way it's just gonna be a bit of a mixed stuff, but obviously in the background, gonna be working on this badass boy and trying to replace the cable because it did get caught and we got like a little lump in it. So straight away, yeah, it's nasty. But we don't muck around. We're gonna get straight into it and replace it. So that way, all our clients here are working with the best equipment possible, and that there's no like faults here and there. So I feel like that's a really important aspect when you're providing a service, you know, especially for ones that incorporate like, you know, using equipment that's going to help enhance and develop your body. You want to make sure it's running nice and smooth, and that's what we're about. So I want to get stuck into it, all right?
Don't you need a manual, Lucky?
No.
So where are you going?
To get some tools.
And the manual?
Maybe.
I see you found the manual.
Alright, that's some basic stuff here. I'm gonna find if it's this one. Oh! I love it when
that's a thick Allen key right there.
Mate, I've got a thicker one. No, seriously. Don't get the wrong idea, guys. There's seriously a thicker one. It's thicker. We got a size difference right there. It's thicker. This one. But we're gonna be using this one. Okay? Shit, man. All you peeps got the wrong ideas. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? Oh, looks like we're 19s today. We are 19.
But in all seriousness, how do you know where to start?
Well, one, you gotta loosen the tension here on this cable, which is what I've done here. And pretty much, this just gets unscrewed, right? And then everything will just pretty much fall and flow through. And then what we got to do then is take out each pulley out of all the systems and then rerun the cable through again to tighten up. So this is just gonna make it soft, and yeah, it's gonna be some good fun. See?
Oh, there it is.
So there you have it. That's the end game, right? Which is as you can see, this part here. Right, so identical match. That's going to stick out from the top. Could have shaved it off a bit more, but hey, I'm not going to complain. You know, that's because that doesn't really why it comes out from the top there. So that's all fine and cool. So there's no stress. But what we just got to do now is literally. See, the problem is, right, guys, is that end bit doesn't fit through the pulley system. So because it doesn't fit through, we got to make sure we actually got to undo everything. So oh, some daisy. Man, you put this together so tight. Okay, that's right, mate. Yeah, guys, believe it or not, I actually built this whole studio. So every nut, bolt, and equipment that you see, oh, there you go, I've actually put together. So it makes it quite So I sort of know what I'm doing. I've always been good with my hands. But so the trick is now is it's pretty straightforward because all the bolts and stuff are all the same size. We just can't lose any. So I always like to put them where they have to go. So that's it. I can just stay there. Let's get this thing out of the way so I don't knock myself. No. That's always fiddly. Always fiddly.
What are we up to, Lucky?
We're doing the top end pulleys. Oh, there they go. See? So they're gonna have different bolt sizes, so we've got to make sure we don't get confused. Let's pull from here, pulley. Ooh. Okay. Dun, dun. So what we've done is we've pretty much taken off all the pulleys, as you can see. So now what we're going to do is feed the ouch, that was the broken one. The old cable through, because obviously that's what's getting removed.
How long's the cable?
It's over 8 meters long. It's about 8.21, I think, by memory, off the measurements that was there. Oh, okay, got stuck. So, where are you? There you are. Timber! Oh, no, sorry. No timbers there. Alright, there we go. So, old cable. Let's not forget about our nifty little clip here, because otherwise we won't be touching any equipment to it. So, it stays there. Alright, laters, buddy. Out you go. Time for feels like Christmas. It's like, ooh, yeah. Oh my. Beautiful. Oh, that ain't that.
I see you don't even need the manual.
No. Who said anything about manual? I built this whole thing without a manual.
But for people that do need the manual, if we're comparing to IKEA instructions, is it doable?
No. IKEA doesn't even fall into the place of manuals. Like,
So on a difficulty scale of 1 to 10, how difficult is it to replace the cable? Just so the people at home know what they're up for.
At home, you know what? It's
Because we're saving a big fee, aren't we?
we are, because obviously there's a service fee that comes out, to it here and there. I mean, I've always been good with my hands. A lot of people don't know this, but I was actually going to become an engineer before I got into the fitness. I got the marks to do engineering at uni, and then last second I sort of just decided, hey, I'm gonna devote my studies and everything to health and fitness, and that's sort of how I got here today. So I've always been good with my hands. That's why I've been very cluey. I like to build things. That's why I even have like things like my Jeep and stuff like that. That I just like to, secretly build and get things happening. So as what I'm doing right now is obviously untangling the wire, so it's just nice, as you can see here. You probably can't see it in the video, but it's actually not curled up anymore. So that's the whole thing. You want to try and get it, nice tight. So what I just did was I locked the pin underneath there, so obviously there's tension. I can pull, straighten it out, let it free fall, to where it's got to go. Obviously with this, you got to also remember what sections you're doing. So obviously we need that ball head there because that's going to finish on this joint over here. So we just now got to sort of half feed our way through it again and sort of reattach bit by bit, slowly of where these sort of cables are going through. So yeah, it's going to be some fun.
So basically, if you have a good understanding of how the machine works, you should have no issue in replacing the cable.
Pretty much.
Bit of patience and you'll get there,
Yeah,
right?
it's just a bit time consuming. I mean, because obviously you're dealing with like all these bolts and stuff, but you know, it's like now I'll start to put a few things through because obviously we don't want all these pieces missing, and it's just easier to have them in a, what's known as, again, sort of like in the fitness thing, a soft lock. So we're just going to hand tighten these, so obviously they don't go out anywhere, because obviously these are lock nuts, so they only go a certain way before they actually locks up, and then you got to like force it through. But look at that, guys, nice, beautiful, perfect fit. Cables fitting in there nicely. So that's it. So now it's just slowly putting this all back together and starting it through, because it's about feeding the cable. Like you just got to remember how it's sort of getting fed through. So it gets a bit tricky, but it's like, whoa. Hey. So this is the problem you're going to have. When the cable is loose, it's going to automatically bounce out of the tracks. So what we're going to just try and do is just feed it through nice and tight. So I like to hold it together so that way it's tight at the bottom there. We want to pull a bit through, because now we're going to be putting up these top ones, and we want to make sure that the cable, there's plenty of slack up there for these pulleys to go straight through and inside it. So, oh, I need my ladder. Sometimes when I'm building, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I sing Bob the Builder. For those of you that don't know who Bob the Builder is, go look him up. The top guy. That's why I was gonna become an engineer, because of Bob the Builder. Not even kidding. Okay, so this guy wants to play trickster. Alright guys, so this is where people are actually going to get caught out sometimes. You got to pay attention, because even though we've slackened it up and loosened it, but look what's happened with the cable. It's actually gone over the Smith machine handlebars, right? We actually want this to go underneath it, so that way the cable tracks nicely inside. So see, just naturally when I was pulling it through, having it loose, it came across over and it was just dangling like that. You know, and then you would automatically, oh yeah, sweet, I'll just pull the cable down now, because you know I've got these top end pulleys in here, everything's working really nice. You're like, oh sweet, and then next thing you know, you gotta use the Smith machine and you got this cable going over there. So, you know, again, it's attention to detail, guys. You know, when you're doing sort of things, I know it's just easy, it's like, oh my god man, like it's just putting the cable in, like oh my god, but you know, people do get this wrong, and that's why there are professionals that offer their services to them. So see right now, boom. So if we look out to the end point here, it's going to touch nicely and finish there, pretty sweet. So that's going to happen, that's there now. So all the cables running in nice and smooth. We're on the final stretch home, which is just going to be putting in these last two pulleys, reconnecting this to here, and we should be good to go. So, see what happens. Whoop, whoop. Alright guys, so I've literally just, look at that, she fits, it's beautiful. I've literally just finished putting all the thing in. I haven't tightened it up here, I let it loose down at the bottom, because what I actually want to do now is, you want to make sure you want to tighten all the pulleys, because what happens when you tighten the rope off is it's going to cause tension and pull up. So if there's a bit of slack here and there, it might, you know, just wobble a bit or whatever. So now pretty much the job is just to tighten every single one. We're going to go up and down and around, tighten everything, make sure everything is nice, good, and then we're going to just finish tightening up that cable. So then that way it just is nice and tight, it's secure, and we're good to go with the new cable, and the machine is going to be running nicely and smooth. So yay for that. Alright guys, so I've just tightened it up here. Now what's happened is that because it's obviously a brand new cable, it's a lot tighter versus obviously one that's been using for the last 2 years. So we're just going to sort of break it in. So what I've done here is I haven't gone put all the bolt all the way up inside. So this one will be acting flush. This one isn't, but I've got the safety nut there locked in really nicely. So there's the distance there. So there's still plenty to grab onto. But what we're going to do is, last but not least, give it a final whirl. And look at that. She's running nice and smooth. Everything's still moves all the same. All the bolts have been tightened. It goes, and it's tracking the same type of smoothness as the other one. So that's really good. And there you have it guys, a little bit of maintenance. I think we knocked it just under an hour here already at the studio.
40 minutes.
There you go, 40 minutes roughly. But there you have it guys, just like little simple maintenance, and you know, it's what we do here, you know. So as soon as something, you know, breaks and stuff like that, it's like, you know, straight away call up the guys, get it replaced. None of this, you know, out of order business, because, you know, I like to hold a nice high reputation in regards to obviously having, you know, top of the range equipment, good things that are working, and nothing that's like out of order, so that way clients benefit the most out of it, you know, because that's what we're all about. So that's it guys, so thank you so much for like tuning in. I know it was a little bit something different and just a bit of fun facts and whatnot, just working around, but as you can see, like, because everything is booked to a time schedule, unfortunately it was either do this with no video guys or do this with a video. So I just figured, you know, put something out there. But as always guys, we've got a new video coming out in the following week, which is based off a workout that we've gotten from a few responses from you guys. So thank you for that. If you guys want to see anything in particular, feel free to drop a comment, DM us, shoot us a message. You know what we're about. We'll definitely respond. In saying that, I'm going to sign off. So as always guys, please hit the little bell notification. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channels. Tell everyone about it, because we are a new YouTube channel that's trying to up and you know, rise up and stuff. So we really do appreciate all the love and support that we currently have now, and we would like to grow obviously the audience a bit bigger. So again, thank you so much, and that's it from me now. Bye.